recently victorious for the first time here in Norfolk. We'll let him start with that opening statement about his first win against Virginia State, 34-31 on Saturday.
Yeah, it's great to be back for another week 3. This thing is moving fast. It was great to get that first win and kind of get that taste out of my mouth. You just don't know when that time is going to come. And so truly thankful now that we had an opportunity to live that, and now it's about building on that. So yeah, we got a tough opponent this week. We got to travel to Rutgers, and it's not going to be the easiest test, but we definitely want our guys to feel like we got a chance to win, compete hard, believe in themselves, and trust the process, and trust what we're trying to accomplish as a program. And so, like I said, every game is going to be a challenge. We're not going to look at them any different than we look at any other opponent, and we're going to come out to compete.
Coach, do you tell you this might be the biggest environment some of your guys have played in? Do you talk to them about that? I mean, you've had plenty of experience in big environments. Do you give them any tips or get them ready for a bigger environment?
Yeah, I think as the week goes on, we'll talk more and more about what this opportunity really means for them, a chance to showcase their talents, and just kind of see how they measure up against a big time as FBS school. And so I played against Rutgers. I know that they definitely bring the heat. They have good players, very stand-up program, and so we just got to go out there and do the best we can, try to take it to them, challenge them like they're going to challenge us, and just have a good day playing football.
Coach, what would be your main takeaway from last week's game?
Main takeaway from last week is that we're a resilient group. I always tell our guys that, I feel like we're, definitely one of the toughest teams in the country. And sometimes I think that hurts us, but, I want them to stand on that and know that, it's going to always be a full-quarter game. Regardless of what happens, you may come out 21-0 in the first quarter, you still got to finish. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and we'll live with that mantra.
Coach, I asked Khalif this question a second ago, and I want to ask you the same question. Your first 2 games have been home games, and now you're going on your first away game. How are you guys preparing for and anticipating that change in the atmosphere?
Yeah, definitely want to embrace being on the road. It's never easy to go on the road and win from personal experience, and I'm pretty sure that our players can tell you the same thing. When you go into somebody else's house, you got to earn every blade of grass, and so we don't want to make this bigger than what it is. Just the location is going to change. It's going to be a day game. It's not going to be a night game, and just go in there and try to adapt, let it fly, weather the storm, and when it all settles down, just know it's you and them, and don't look at it any different.
What does a game like Rutgers, a Power 4 program, do for this program, especially with all the extra attention that's going on around it? But overall, what does that stage mean for this program?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big stage, and obviously the goal is to perform on the big stage, but for these guys, this is something they'll be able to look back on years from now and say, I had the opportunity to go play against a Rutgers football team that was, a tough football team, and we knew that coming in, but, we went out there, we played our tails off, and so I want to kind of leave it at that. But at the same time, giving them credit and also giving yourself credit as well, like for being here and having the opportunity to do this. And so, we're not going to leave any stones unturned this week. We're going to prepare for them just like they're going to prepare for us, and we're going to come out and we're going to go to battle.
Coach, I want to take you back to last week's game. What kind of made you decide to take the defense after winning the coin toss?
What's that?
What kind of made you decide to take the defense after winning the coin toss?
It's a traditional thing that I've started within myself. It might change on the road, but at home, I'm more so of a the first to the second half type. I've been around that. I know, it's a method behind that, and just get the defense on the field first and try to get a stop and try to, strategy-wise, try to gain an advantage on the opposing team, and so. I can't say it's going to be that way on the road. Maybe on the road I might want to get the ball first and just try to take their crowd out of it. But, that'll be a field thing once we get closer to the game.
You used the word opportunity. Sorry, Trey. You used the word opportunity several times. Is that kind of what you're harping on with the guys this week, that you really want to focus? This is an opportunity for us to go in there and kind of make some noise?
No, it's not about, just opportunity to go make some noise. It's an opportunity to go compete. and see how good you really are. You know, playing a team like this, or whoever you playing, you know, you're either gonna leave a winner or a loser, and from there you go evaluate it. Yo, how did we win? What did I do? How did we lose? What did I do? And take something away from it. You know, this is not about an opportunity to go play on the big stage. What does that do if you don't produce? So it's more so about, you know, competing, measuring yourself, and hopefully for us a game that's going to build character for us.
I know you said yesterday that you were planning on making a decision on whether Izzy Otto will start on this week. Have you made that decision already, or what does it look like?
Yeah, I have. We'll start the game this week with Otto. We'll give him a chance to go out there and you know, be out there from start to finish, hopefully, and you know, barring his health, and just you go out there and just try to relax and get a feel for the game. And so I always hang on the fact that we got two good quarterbacks, and now it's an opportunity for Israel to learn vicariously and take every single rep serious, whether it's on the second team, whether it's on the scout team. Every rep matters. You know, that's how I became the player I became in college, from getting good reps on the scout team and then taking it to you know, live game action. And so there's a lot of ways to improve in the game of football, and you can't take it for granted. That's why we always say every snap matters.
What specifically made you come to that final decision of starting Otto over Izzy this week?
Yeah, you know, I want my players to know that I can see everything that's going on, and that I can actually see them and hear them on the sideline. You know, from the standpoint of, you know, talking to Israel, you know, I know when I sense frustration, you know, and I don't want a quarterback out there that's somewhat frustrated and questioning, you know, certain things or not feeling comfortable. You know, you got to be comfortable playing the quarterback position. And so, you know, not to say that it was always that way. You know, our team needed a spark. We needed some energy, and you know, I think we had another three and out late in the third quarter, and the time was just running out. And so, you know, I've told y'all since the spring that we had two good quarterbacks, and both of them was going to play. One's a little younger than the other. The other one is, you know, he's, you know, truly a senior. You know, and you know, he has a great feel for the game also. And so we want to give those guys a chance to go out there and produce and you know, just be accountable for their teammates. And so, you know, now, you know, they got to continue to be the best teammates that they can be, work together. And, you know, for Israel, you never know when you're going to get back out there. So, you know, you got to take every rep serious.
He's dealt with pretty much everything you can think of when it comes to, you know, trouble and since he's been here. He gone through suspension, he had back surgery, he lost the job last year, and then showing resiliency and the comeback win like last week. Kind of overall, what does his resilience say to you that makes you believe he's the guy to lead this program?
Yeah, it's just, Otto has a lot of reasons to be motivated. And, you know, being his senior year, you know, he's taking everything serious down to, you know, every conversation that we've had leading up to this point. And, you know, the one thing I respect about him is, you know, and all our quarterbacks, but Otto in particular, you know, he speaks his mind. You know, we have, you know, real heart-to-heart conversations, and sometimes it's not good, sometimes it's motivating, sometimes he motivates me, sometimes I motivate him, but that's my job with all my quarterbacks, is to make them feel comfortable, you know, not always vulnerable, and give them the best, you know, the opportunities to go succeed, make them believe that they can succeed, and make them believe that every rep that they take, every snap that they take matters in terms of, you know, where they are now and where they want to go. So you're just going to keep pushing and working hard, trying to get better.
We have time for one more question.
You mentioned playing record as a player. Do you remember Cristiano, like right around 01, or had you left by that time?
I think he came in, I played with 99, so I think he might have been gone. But I know his track record, know he's a hell of a coach, hell of a man, without a doubt. And so I got a lot of respect, can't wait to see him. But, you know, look forward to competing, man. I'm happy for him and where he's at, happy for the team, but also excited for us, man, that we get a chance to travel to New Jersey and you know, play a team that I played in, I think, my fourth or fifth college game, and, you know, I will say this, all hell broke loose. But I'm not doing with the ball in my hands anymore.
Thank you, Coach.
All right,
Appreciate it, Coach.